And make no mistake, the referendum was a vote to leave the European Union, but it was also a vote for serious change. Yet so many of our political and business leaders have responded by showing that they still don't get it. There are politicians, democratically elected politicians, who seriously suggest that the government should find a way of ignoring the referendum result and keeping Britain inside the European Union. And there are business leaders whose response has been not to plan for Britain's departure or to think of the opportunities that withdrawal presents, but to complain about the result and criticise the electorate. Well, I couldn't be clearer. Brexit means Brexit, and we're going to make a success of it. There will be no attempts to remain inside the EU. There'll be no attempts to rejoin it by the back door, no second referendum. The country voted to leave the European Union, and as Prime Minister, I will make sure that we leave the European Union. I want to see more transparency, including the full disclosure of bonus targets and the publication of pay multiple data. That is the ratio between the CEO's pay and the average company worker's pay. And I want to simplify the way bonuses are paid so that the boss's incentives are better aligned with the long-term interests of the company and its shareholders. And it doesn't matter to me whether you're Amazon, Google or Starbucks. You have a duty to put something back. You have a debt to your fellow citizens and you have a responsibility to pay your taxes. So as Prime Minister, I will crack down on individual and corporate tax avoidance and evasion. I accept the apology and I'm here today actually ensuring that what I'm doing is talking about what I would want to do as Prime Minister and leader of the Conservative Party. Yes, well, first of all, I do think it should be a clean campaign. I've signed a clean campaign pledge. I think that is important. I think people want to hear the arguments about policies and what we would both do. On the Sharia point, if I can just make this, for too long, I think politicians in this country refused to look at the issue of Sharia law and just allowed this to continue without any question. I've been the politician who's been willing to say, no, I'm concerned that Sharia law is operating in a way that could discriminate against women and that could be counter to what is our single rule of law that we have in the UK. So there is one rule of law in the UK, but that's why I've set up the review that I have, chaired by Professor Mona Siddiqui, and that will be looking at the operation of Sharia law and whether it is actually operating to discriminate against women and counter to our overall rule of law. Excellent. But look, the British people were given their opportunity to vote on this. They have voted in numbers that we haven't seen in elections for some considerable time. They've given us a very clear message, and I think we respond to that message and we do what the British people have asked us to. Oh.
Morning. Morning.
Morning, Theresa. Morning.
Thank you. Cost of living and the quality of the local school because there's no other choice for you. These are the reasons why, under my leadership,
Change battery.